No.
Okay, now we actually have to begin the session.
Oh, yes.
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 So, pre-session question.
Mm-hmm.
What is Lorelei most looking forward to doing over this week? Ring.
They've only known each other for, like, not even a week at this point. I mean, they did kind of speed run the logistics stage of things. Now it's just, the feelings and the bonds that have to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're married.
They fucked?
I didn't even say the full word. You
said they fuck. You said they fuck.
God. Off to a great start.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you most looking forward to
Yes.
doing during your downtime session?
Yes. Jokes aside, I did write on myself a little to-do list, so I won't lose track of things. And I'd say one of the things that Lorelai's most looking forward to is therapy, because it's desperately needed. But that is a generic answer, and anyone could say therapy because, it's the therapy stream. So aside from that, she's also planning on going to have dinner with Rin's side of the family in the Feywild. I'm sure that will go smoothly and with no hitches or bumps at all. Yes.
Brilliant.
Feywild dinners are such normal events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So let's just go ahead and dive right into therapy, because everyone goes to Conradical on day one of the break because they all need to speak with him urgently. So, I assume Lorelei probably gets up quite early to go see Conrad.
Yes.
Yeah. Early riser. Yeah.
Rin's already awake and it's like, yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Rin's just sitting there in the kitchen making food, just kind of zipping around like he always does.
Just learn to stay out of the way when he's just doing his thing. He's in the zone.
Yeah, he can cook. He's been learning. He can cook now. He won't kill anyone.
I would say stay out of the path of destruction, but it's more the path of construction than anything.
Yes, very fair.
Yes.
But I'll give you the option. Do you want to invite him with you to therapy?
Oh. Couples therapy? But also Lorelei has a personal thing she wants to talk through.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I just thought I'd give you the option.
Perhaps a future idea. Perhaps. Yeah. Maybe at the end of the week. If time.
Fair enough.
If time.
Well, we won't dilly-dally here. We will head straight. Yeah, Conrad. Not Conrad. It's Rin. Rin's gonna be like, yes. Food. You're going out, aren't you?
Yes. I've just got a meeting. I'll be back in like an hour or two.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I will have food by the time you arrive.
Thank you. Yeah. Just awkward little good morning hug. Good morning.
Oh, he's just gonna like fully pick you up and be like, "Good morning. You need to go now. Shoo."
Yes. Like pulling on shoes as she runs out the door.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye. So you go ahead and you make your way to Conrad's. Get into the office. They know you're there. They know you're here to see an appointment. Mm-hmm. You once again walk into the office of the man, the myth, the legend himself, Conradical, as always.
Hey!
Filled with a bunch of chairs, a bunch of different seats. Right now, what I'd say he's doing right now as you walk in is he is just kind of absent-mindedly spinning in a circle and like on his feet. As you walk in, he's like, "Oh, yo, Lorelei."
Hey, sorry, a little late. And I forgot to grab...
The fuck? You're like 2 minutes early.
To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. And to be late is just embarrassing.
Those are a bunch of words that don't make sense in that order. Take a seat.
Yeah. Just...
What does Lorelei sit on?
She collapses into a beanbag.
Okay, fair. Beanbag time.
It's been a while.
I mean, it's been like 3 weeks.
A while.
Yeah, decent amount of time.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and tell me what's up? What brings you in today?
I mean, 3 weeks, a lot's happened. And, I mean, granted, 2 of those weeks, it's kind of in the Feywild. And, time's a little weird there. It was, like, only one night for me. And then I get back, 2 weeks have passed. It's like, oh, where'd the time go? But that's just a thing, apparently. You've seen my case file, right? About the whole time difference thing of when I'm from and when now thing is. Yeah. So the Feywild's all new to me and everything. And it's like, the whole time difference thing is still...
Feywild didn't exist?
Nah, it's new.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, Rin, second generation Archfey, is only like 800 or so years old.
Rin?
Right. Context. So, while in the Feywilds, how there's like you might know actually, because there's like general advice you have, like, oh, don't give away your name, don't give away your hand, because then they'll interpret it as your hand in
Wait, but
marriage.
if you give them your hand, is it because they're gonna like jerk themselves off with it, or like do they take your physical hand, or like?
No, I mean I just don't have both of them, so no, hasn't taken it literally.
Oh, okay.
But it
Just making sure. Like, I might visit the Feywild sometime. I need to make sure I know what the consequences of my actions are.
well, if someone
'Cause I
ever
might not complain at some of them.
if someone ever asks for a hand, they and the Feywild magic might just interpret it as asking for your hand in marriage. So if you just
Mm,
give it to them, like for instance on a Feywild dating show where that kind of things just
that's an oddly specific instance. Is this where this
yeah,
occurred?
yes.
Cool.
So I accidentally got married.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and Rin sort of came back to live on the material plane with us, and he's living in
Mm-hmm.
our place now.
Cool, cool.
He's really nice, really sweet. Really trying his best to like adapt to the culture here and
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
There's been a couple of hiccups,
Mm-hmm.
and just feel a little bad about that because like brought him over here and almost feel responsible for him,
Mm-hmm.
and just helping him adjust. But then it ran off on another case again, and it's just I'm getting ahead of myself. We're married.
Mm-hmm.
He's Rin. He's a second generation archfey.
I have no idea what those words mean. But archfays are like super powerful, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's an archfey. And well, I'm just me. But
Hey, don't put yourself down. Archfey is just a title, just like Lorelei Smith is just a title.
yeah, 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 yeah. He's just I. Okay,
Sounds like you really like this guy.
he's really nice and just yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I like him. I mean, yeah, like
I would hope so,
we
considering you're married now.
we'd been hitting it off really well on the dating show, and
Mm-hmm.
like had a good back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But this is definitely rushing into things as we'd only known each other for like about a day when it happened.
And the point of the dating show wasn't to get married?
No, I don't think so. It was
Ah,
called like soulmates.
cool.
So like you might meet someone, and I did, but then we just accidentally got married, and now
Mm-hmm.
there's like responsibilities and things, and he's been all settled in here.
Marriage is a social construct, and it can be defined as anything you want to define it as. You seem to be expecting a lot of things from your marriage to this man who honestly probably doesn't really understand marriage himself.
He's I just I don't know, just a certain level of contribution that I
Ah,
feel I'm not doing because like I ran off on a case like almost the day afterwards, and I got back, and now I've got a week off, so it's just time actually like spent
do you
living
do
with
you
him.
do you spend time with him outside of his work?
He doesn't have a job.
Outside of your work, sorry.
I mean, yeah, we live together. We
Has he
share a room now.
voiced any concerns?
No,
Has he demonstrated any discontent?
not really. No, there was like a couple of hiccups with culture things. Like how he sort of truth serum drugged my entire friend, like all my coworkers and our
Yeah,
friends and things, and invited them all over for dinner, and then didn't tell them because that's apparently a normal thing in the Feywild, so they can't like take each
yeah,
other's names on accident and stuff.
yeah.
But it's not a normal thing here, and like people don't really like it when you can't you know not answer questions.
That's fair. I wouldn't like it either.
Like it made you answer things to the fullest extent.
Yeah.
So someone could just ask offhandedly. Like I asked Gurmy, one of my coworkers,
Hmm.
friends, friends.
You guys, it sounds like you also need to establish relationships. You
Yeah,
need to figure out your relationship with multiple people. And I know
yeah,
you're married to Ren, but you need to establish what that means to you and what that means to him. Because that's
yeah,
what the best place to go forward is. Because I think you're
yeah,
freaking out because you have no idea how to be married
yeah,
and you are married. And the
yeah.
best way to sort that out is just sit him down and be like, yo, my guy,
What does this mean
what
first?
are you expecting? Where can we reach a middle ground here?
Hmm.
This also goes in regards to the people you work with.
Yeah,
Because it sounds like you're not sure, because you keep on switching between friends and then you switch to colleagues. Like you're not sure if you can call them your friends. You should have a conversation with them about the nature of your relationship, because then you'll feel much more secure in them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. uh, I just feel like I keep messing up, so I don't know where to
With
stand if
who?
with each of them in turn with various things here and there. Like with the truth dinner, the truth serum drugs dinner. I had just wanted to ask what I thought was a harmless question. I like making food for people. I'm so sorry. I was gonna make a batch of cookies, but I forgot I slept in.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. But I was gonna bring some along 'cause you really liked the ones I made last time. But sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was going to, yeah, I had asked Grimmy, who hadn't liked a lot of like the sweet things that I'd made, if there
Mm-hmm.
was any particular food she would like if I made for her.
Yeah.
But then she started going into like how she doesn't like when other people make food for her, and she likes when she prepares food for herself because of like personal issues, and how like her
Yeah.
sibling like almost got like poisoned several times growing up. So just like really started getting into
Yeah.
deep stuff there. And I was like, oh my god, no! I just wanted to ask if there's something that you liked that I could make for you. Um, we did figure out a workaround. If we just asked another question, it would overwrite the question they were already
Yeah.
answering, but it was just stressful.
No,
And
fair enough.
everyone was not happy with the whole, being truth serums thing, and
Yeah.
inviting people around without asking the rest of the house. And just he's learning and he's adapting better now, but it was
Mm-hmm.
just a rocky start.
Yeah.
And he just felt responsible because I mean he came over here to live with us because of me and
Uh-huh.
the whole marriage thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I just don't really know what I'm doing. Haven't really done the whole dating thing before.
No
And we
one
just
does.
skip past that straight to marriage. So
Well, then why don't you just date him?
it's a
Like,
little,
go on dates and get to know him.
yeah. I mean, it's a little out of order, but this whole thing is just a strange situation. So, actually, a really good idea. I'm gonna put that down. Um, just takes note.
Just remember, everybody, if you don't know, if you marry someone on accident, the next step is to date them. But yeah, no, that just sounds like the best way of like you don't know what you're doing. He probably doesn't know what he's doing. So I think you should just let things kind of just go the way they are.
Okay,
Do you feel better about that now?
a little bit. Just talking about it with someone
Yeah.
who wasn't there at the whole truth serum party thing is definitely helped.
It also sounds like that wasn't your fault. That was his fault. And did he atone for his mistakes?
He was very sorry. He apologized afterwards. He helped with cleaning up.
Okay. Well, he's learned from his mistake. And you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't hold that against yourself anymore because it's clear that he doesn't hold it against himself. And he's been able to process it and learn and move on, which is, I feel like you're holding yourself back from doing that a little bit because you still feel a degree of responsibility and no one absolved you of your guilt. I'd say that's not your fault what happened. It's not your fault what happened. It's not your fault what happened. Say it with me.
It's not
Not
my
my
fault
fault that
that
it
it
happened.
happened.
Just keep repeating that over and over again and maybe you'll believe it.
Oh, okay.
Not out loud.
No, no, no.
That's
Just
an inside thought because people are going to look at you weird. Trust me, no.
mm,
But anyways, so you're married. That's a pretty big life development.
uh-huh.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But I have a feeling that's not the only reason you're coming to see me today.
Nah, nah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about with the marriage or?
It was kind of the main thing of just the
Yeah. Like what the fuck am I doing?
that that sums it up pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah.
the best thing to do is to close your mouth and start talking instead of screaming because screaming doesn't get anywhere unless you're lost in the woods.
Mm.
And then it might get someone to you, but it doesn't change where you are. And the nature of the relationship won't change unless you have a long, good discussion about it. Use your words.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Anyways.
Okay. Yeah. I'll figure out a way to talk to him about that. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah.
I'm sure you will.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Other stuff.
other stuff. Uh, so last time I was here, I don't remember, it's like a couple weeks ago, but I talked about that weird vision that I had,
Yeah.
and how you said it might be kind of related to like spell plague and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's some sort of weird entity, and you're like, well, maybe it's just your brain manifesting the
Yeah,
fears
yeah,
and
yeah.
things. Well, having had more encounters with that fun entity, realizing she now has a name,
Mm-hmm.
and other people
You
outside of
named her?
myself know of her existence without me prompting, really.
Oh.
Yeah, she's called Kay. She
Mm-hmm.
is a parasitic entity of sorts that
Mm-hmm.
is made of a lot of malice and likes pain and
Mm-hmm.
suffering, and she's latched onto me,
Mm-hmm.
which is fun.
But now you have a name, so you can separate it from yourself. Like from personal experience, being able to acknowledge that that's a separate entity that's up there in your head,
Mm-hmm.
kind of gives a name to the face, and it kind of like,
Personal experience.
yeah. Oh, I have one too. His name is Mai. He's kind of a depressing prick.
Oh,
Yeah.
do we all have like depressing? You say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'm just trying to say that I know what you're going through here. Why are you writing stuff down? This is not how this therapy is supposed to work. I feel judged right now, and I don't like it.
I just have a running theory because like how lots of people seem to have these, but some people have like the same one, and it's just they seem to be bouncing around and just causing problems to a lot of people in general. And I have a theory that might be related to gods and things, and it's just weird. And I don't know. Thank you for sharing.
What god is depressing?
They seem almost more like opposites or worst versions. Like it's just theory I have running right now. But Grimmy's got her whole thing with Acreus, how she worships him and that he was the god of death. Was I'm not sure what situation is it there.
Yeah.
But then she's being haunted, I guess, by Crow,
Uh-huh.
who also is related to death, but takes a lot more joy and glee in it.
Yeah.
And then I've got Kay. Now, I before the incident, before the time skip,
Yeah.
we'll say it's just a fast way of putting it. I mean, most everyone else at the time was also kind of worshiping any god that would listen, but especially Yaros,
Mm-hmm.
because he was all about medicine and health and just general good life things, and we all kind of needed those at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I never got more than just like a warm breeze or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a warm fuzzy feeling in the back of my head. So I didn't really have much of a connection. But now Kay has latched onto me, and she seems quite to be the opposite of life and healing and warmth. She's all about pain and suffering and just disease. Definitely disease. She looks disease. Like
Uh-huh.
what little I can see of her body is like covered in bandages and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
disease and just yeah. And then you, I recognize the symbols on
Yeah,
your clothes.
Jude. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nice guy.
Yeah, yeah. Joy, right? God
Yeah.
of joy. And then you've got
Uh-huh.
who's the first word you used to describe him was depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gloomy motherfucker.
Yeah. So it's just they seem like opposite or worse versions of them. And I don't know if they're like some fragment or some parasitic copy that's just trying to latch onto a little bit of divinity still out there. I don't know. It's just the theory I'm trying to piece together with what little information I have.
So, like, you're suggesting that these beings essentially latch on and form as a counterpart to lingering divinity?
I guess.
That'd be pretty wacky.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. But like,
Well,
I know
hold on.
I know some people who have entities of their own, but don't seem to have any kind of divine connection. So
Uh-huh.
that kind of puts a holes in the theory. Like one of my friends, Jargid, he's got something going on with static, I think,
Uh-huh.
and just seems a little freaked out about that, but also in deep denial about that.
Yeah.
And then like Malachite got possessed by something and cut our house in half. It's better now.
Mm-hmm.
But Malachite hasn't said much about who or what is doing that, so I don't know. I also don't know if Malachi's got any divine connections. Just haven't really. Malachi doesn't talk much about their personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon just doesn't know much. He said that he doesn't know much.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that
remember
happens.
much. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just I'm just trying to figure everything out. These things are different. That was kind of the other reason why I was coming in here. Everything is very, very different. And every time I think I've got something figured out, just new information comes to light. This turns it on its head, and it's terrifying.
You want to know what the biggest rule that I follow is?
Sure.
Nothing fucking makes sense. We live in a world where we are fleshy little meat sacks, most of us. I'm not a flesh. I'm kind of a flesh. I don't have legs. I float around.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any fucking sense, does it?
Magic?
No, I was just born this way.
Magic?
Probably like a long, long time ago. But like, we live on a giant island in the middle of the ocean.
Mm.
Where we work for a company, an insurance agency.
Mm.
What about this makes any sense? You are married to a guy who's how old?
800 or so years?
Mm-hmm. You are trying to make sense of things. When the thing you have to accept is what you are trying to do, and that's the scary part, is because you are attempting to draw patterns in the world with very limited information. And as soon as that pattern gets shattered, it's terrifying because the framework you had been working with is suddenly gone. What you need to learn is you don't interconnect the framework. Okay, the fact that I have a guy named Mai, you have K, was it?
K, yeah.
Your other friends have different entities. You are trying to link all of these. Have you ever considered that none of them have anything to do with each other?
One of them literally said they know the other one.
No. You're trying to draw a common connection for why they chose you.
Oh.
And you're trying to justify that connection between each individual. Have you ever thought that maybe there's no pattern? Maybe they were just chosen. Rin chose you. Rin just chose you. Not because of any particular... Well, I mean, there were particular reasons, obviously.
Yeah, leading into it.
Yeah, but you have to admit that, like, if you spent all day agonizing over why he chose you, and then he told you it was a different reason, that's just unnecessary suffering and pain. What I'm saying you're trying to do is you're trying to rebuild. You are putting in pillars and building on top of that. Instead of building from the ground up, you've made a foundation that stands on pillars. So every time one of those pillars gets knocked out, the entire foundation comes down. And it feels like everything's falling and you don't know anything. If you knock out those pillars and just start building, that's how you work with it. You're trying to interconnect everything. You're trying to say these are the immutable laws of the universe. There are none.
But there are, but they're...
Really? Give me one immutable law.
Things used to make sense, and they just don't anymore, and it...
Well, that's what the spell plague did. Isn't it? The spell plague corrupts everything, correct?
Yeah. From what I've seen.
Who's to say it hasn't corrupted the very fabric of reality? Like, things don't make sense anymore. We live in an uncertain time, and worrying about that is just going to get yourself feeling a lot more stressed than you need to.
It's not very reassuring.
I can see it. No. The point is, you are struggling to accept that things aren't the way they used to be. What I'm saying you need to do is get rid of how things used to be. They're never going to be that way again. That's the sad truth of things.
Yeah.
Things change. And the longer you leave it, things will change a lot more. Things change for the better. Things change for the worse. But no matter how solid you build a structure, it's not gonna last 1,000 years.
No.
The rules change. And you have to be up to date with the rules. People used to think gravity was down. I mean, it still is down, but like did that change?
No, the gravity's
But
still
like
down.
I could fly. That used to like not really be a thing people thought they could do. I mean, look at Takastar with their technological innovations. We have trains that sometimes can move faster than sound.
What?
Yeah.
What are trains?
Shit. Um.
Yeah, sorry. It's another thing. Like I don't know so many things
And that's
that everyone else seems to
okay.
have as common knowledge.
That's okay. Because you just have to ask, and no one's going to judge you for not knowing something. I won't. No one's going to judge you because, like, what are they going to do? Like, oh, you don't know things. Huh, you dumb. No, you're dumb. Asking questions and asking for help and understanding is two of the most important skills someone can develop. And you're trying to fit the world into a box that it no longer fits in. And I'm getting frustrated that it doesn't fit in the box instead of just looking at the world for what it is.
Confusing?
Yeah.
Ugh.
But you know what you do with that confusion?
Mm.
You make rules. You make new rules. You don't compare them to the old rules. You don't compare them to the way it used to fit in the box. You say, this is how it is now.
Okay. Now.
We didn't have trains before.
No.
We have trains now. And if you try and compare the two, you can't compare nothing to something.
Lots of new things.
There are new things. And instead of being like, how do I understand this in terms of what it was? You say, let me understand it in terms of what it is. Because it'll change. I mean, the fact that they sometimes move faster than sound is only a development in the last decade. So.
Impressive.
Yeah. Things change. People change. Relationships change. Everything changes.
I found out recently that someone from before is still alive. Somehow, somewhere out there, as of at least about 300 years ago.
Confirmed. And they took the long way round?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know how, but they're probably not the same person I knew. I mean, 1,000 years, yeah.
I'm going to be...
I don't even know if they remember me.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. At best, they may be slightly different and accustomed to new times, like the state you're in. At worst, they will be completely unrecognizable as a person. Because that's what time does. It changes people. And you can miss what you had, but you also have to accept who they are now. And that's a scary thought. But you're not alone anymore. You don't have to deal with all of this by yourself. You've got, like, a husband who's super old. Like, he gets that. I mean...
How people change with time.
Yeah. What's his whole deal again?
So Rin is short for Eladrin.
Like the race?
He kind of made them. They're all named after him. He's the master of seasons and...
So your husband is a guy who literally specializes in the way things change.
Well, when you put it like that, it's pretty obvious, yeah.
That's like his entire job.
Yeah?
To facilitate change.
Yeah.
Huh, guess you guys are like made for each other. Look, there's only so much I can do. It's going to be scary. There are going to be moments where you learn new things that don't make sense. But you're not the only one. And I feel like it's the fact that you're trying to look through upside down goggles because you're trying to compare everything to how it used to be. That's what's throwing you off.
Yeah.
You just have to take a look at the world and appreciate it for what it is now. instead of how it's changed from how it, you can acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's best to just appreciate the way things are. Also, I'm going to give you an inspiration because start of session.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this card. Thank you for doing your fucking job.
So yeah, how you feeling?
Uh,
Existential dread combined with hope?
that's another good way of putting it. You're really good at this whole feelings talk thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's your job.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah. I'm sick and tired of being scared of all the change and everything. You got any advice for just not being scared as much anymore?
Yeah, it's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be scared. No, seriously. The only reason you fear new things is because you associate new with fear. You associate unknown with fear. Jube's whole deal is there's no, like, fear was something that was given to us when we needed to be afraid to survive. And sometimes you need fear. It's a natural part of life. But at the end of the day, fearing big abstract concepts doesn't make them any easier to deal with. You fear new things because you fear you don't know them. You fear they are new because they are unfamiliar. You fear them because they're uncomfortable.
Like, for instance, just recently I found out that there's more types of spell plague out there than I thought, and there's a whole nother tier they can evolve to beyond just Prime. And you kind of hit the nail on the head before. Yeah, I've had some up close and personal experiences with spell plague, and it's not fun. Not fun.
And why are you afraid to learn there's new tiers?
Because I've seen firsthand the destruction that just a single Prime one could do, and it was what was the classification system that Scarlet used? Class A. It was just a blazer, a Prime blazer.
Oh no, a Prime blazer wouldn't be a Class A.
Well, like the blazers, Class A in general. Like there's Class A, and then there's the
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
It's a lower level.
And just one of those Prime. Just imagine one of those Apex or one of the higher classes as Prime or Apex is just.
Yeah, no, we've gone up against an Apex Shadowmaker. I was here for that.
What?
We fucking kicked its ass, is what we did.
How recent? Like what?
Like a decade ago.
Okay.
I heard about this really because I looked into the reports because someone brought it up because it was a fairly big deal.
What's the clearance level on those reports?
Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to read them.
No.
But I'm just saying, like.
No, great. Yep.
Hey, look.
They exist.
Okay, look.
I didn't even know Shadowmakers existed until like a day ago.
We fucking bodied it. The company bodied that. Do you know how many people died?
Probably a lot.
Okay, that's not the right word. Do you know how many people stayed dead?
Oh.
4.
Only?
Only 4. Shadowmaker doesn't kill people. We can bring them back. And those people were old and they wanted to stay dead. That's the only reason they died.
Okay.
Commission was really pissed about that, I heard.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, what does the Shadowmaker do?
It petrifies individuals in their own shadows. Don't worry, you're mostly not conscious while it's going on.
Yeah. Cool.
Look, we beat it. We kick its ass.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what we'll do? We'll kick every other one's ass, because that's what we do. We protect the world. And we haven't failed.
We're given instructions on a recent case to not interact with spell plague because it wasn't the commission's jurisdiction or something like that. We weren't supposed to deal with it.
Yeah, well, when it's going towards the city and they've got the insurance policy, well, then it does become our responsibility.
There's an insurance policy for spell plague?
I mean, it's under the monsters one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We choose not to engage with most normal ones because most higher-ranking non-commission associated individuals can take them on. But when it starts to threaten those policyholders, we have to act. And trust me, like, I've seen some deployments around here. We get shit done quickly.
That's comforting.
We kick ass. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We kick the Spell Plague's ass. We kick Mind Flayer ass.
What are those?
Oh, the weird aliens from space.
Like up there?
A little bit farther away. We don't know where they come from.
Okay. They're just weird.
Yeah, they're just
Weird.
really fucking weird.
Weird. Okay.
What else have we done?
Because like flaying one's mind, ugh, that just sounds unpleasant.
It is.
I feel like I might have heard something about that before. Just weird aliens. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But look, we do it.
Mm-hmm.
We do it because it's our job, and we do it because we're cool.
Do pretty good work here.
Yeah, we do. So, like, you don't need to fear the unknown. You don't gotta be afraid of things. You got people around you who kick its ass. Sounds like you got a husband who's an 800-year-old archfey. He'll probably kick its ass.
Yeah. Okay.
Fear is good because it keeps you alive. Sometimes.
Mm.
But you don't need to fear these things. Spell Plaguers used to be these all-powerful, unknowable monsters. And now we know them. We know what makes them tick. We know what they're like, and we can predict how they're going to act because they fall into several similar patterns. And because we know this, we can deal with them.
What is that, high clearance level? Or...
Yeah, once again, like, there's a certain level you've got to reach to be able to deal with them, because they have to be able to trust you to deal with them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, like...
I just, the more I can know.
Yeah.
So there's less unknown.
You don't need to worry about it, though. The unknown is not inherently scary. You fear what could be known. You don't fear the unknown itself. You fear the fact that it is not known. That it could be bad.
Yeah.
But it also could be good. Could turn out that you just, smack them on the head in a certain way and they die. You know what I mean? There's no point in fearing what it could be. You just gotta fear what it is. That makes sense.
Yeah. Fear what is there in front of you, what you know. What is there? Not opposed to what could be.
Yeah, exactly. So unfortunately we are gonna have to end our session here. But
sorry, I didn't realize the time.
No, it's perfectly fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
This was
cathartic?
Helpful, I think.
Not cathartic? Damn.
A little bit of catharsis. Especially hearing about like the spell plague thing.
Yeah. We'll fucking kick its ass. That's what we do.
I didn't know that before.
What?
That people could deal with them.
Oh, fair.
That you have done so, that you've even the highest possible tier and everything, just you.
Oh, yeah, no, there's like a whole squad dedicated to it, the Spell Slayers. Literally non-magical individuals whose martial prowess allows them to take on Spell Plague people. And that's what they do, and they do their job damn well. Why do you think we don't fear it as much anymore? Because we've made it something that you don't need to fear as much.
Figured it out.
To a degree.
But
anyways.
Yeah.
Talk to your husband. Stop being scared. Talk to your friends. Easy. That's my advice.
That's good advice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll try.
Yeah, you should. Do or do not. There is no try. No, you can certainly try at things and you can fail at things, and that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I will be seeing you again, I'm sure.
Yeah. You liked the coconut ones I made last time. Are there any like flavors you like?
Coconut's good.
Okay. Do you have any allergies?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Just making sure. All right. It's good to see you. Thank you.
You got this. Yep. So you head out.
Just stepped outside the office and just like deep breath.
Yeah. The receptionist says, do you want to sit in that chair over the...
Yes, please.
Yep.
Thank you. Yep.
Take a seat. And you head back home. When you get back home, yeah, you get back home and Rin has made you breakfast, pancakes and bacon in the shape of a heart, because of course he would. And he's just like, I presume it went well?
It did. I think it did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Just a lot of emotions and things and
Good meeting then.
therapy.
Good meeting.
Yeah. Thank you for breakfast.
Yeah, no problem at all.
It's very sweet. The heart shape.
Yeah. No, I thought I'd try something new.
Mm-hmm. You learned quick after I tried to teach you the other day with pancakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you find a recipe?
I'm more of a read and learn than a visual learner. I'm finding out.
The library probably has recipes, cookbooks, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you able to, can we talk for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's nothing bad. I just realized when I said that that can't sound really bad, but no, it's not bad.
It's not bad, and I trust you, so.
Okay. Yeah. One of the things brought up in therapy was, I don't know what I'm doing with this whole marriage thing, and do you know what you're doing with this whole marriage thing?
I've never been married before.
Yeah. So, marriage is a social construct, as the therapist said. So we make up.
Marriage is a sociable robot?
Social construct. No, not robot construct.
Oh, sorry.
Like a
abstract idea.
Abstract idea. Yeah.
Okay.
A structure or a ritual that we've just sort of made up amongst ourselves.
Yes, I understand.
Which means we can make it up for ourselves and how it works out for us. Like, it'd be nice to get to know you. And usually there's dating and things before marriage. We had a little bit on the dating show, but it's also the dating show, and there's the cameras and everyone watching all the time. But just it'd be nice to just sit down and talk. And get to know you a little.
Whenever that works for you, I'm perfectly amenable.
Yeah. Like your interests, your hobbies, your history, your family.
Oh, speaking of which. We traditionally have a family get to know you, and I believe my mother wants to see you. So
we did meet briefly, but I think it'd be nice. Yeah.
Yes. So at your next convenience, I think it would be nice to drop by and see her, as well as the rest of my family.
Yeah. You can't meet mine.
I understand.
They're gone.
I understand. They may be gone from this mortal plane, but they are not gone in memory, and that is all that matters.
And I suppose we should probably figure out, like, the whole proper wedding ceremony thing at some point, maybe? I mean,
I believe that we should undertake that once we both feel comfortable with the state of our marriage.
Yeah, like, once we've gotten to know each other more, and
we get to know more people, because apparently we're supposed to invite a lot of people.
Yeah, like
mostly just to piss them off.
I don't know about that one, but
is that not the case? Scarlett was telling me about a wedding that she went to, about how she was invited because out of spite. That was a whole thing. And then she started talking about wedding planning and how much of a nightmare that is.
Oh my goodness. Weddings must have changed a lot in 1,000 years. And I don't know what are the wedding traditions in the Feywild? Or like
not really. Most marriages are out of political convenience. Most of the time one individual remains trapped by the other.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm so sorry if you're not trapped here.
No, I know. I'm aware.
No, yeah.
If anything, I trapped you because I asked for your hand, and since you gave me your hand, then I trapped you. If I were to, but I didn't.
It's nice of you.
Yes.
To that, thank you.
Yeah.
No, Really, thank you.
No problem.
Um, yeah. There's a couple of wedding traditions from my family, our history, that my parents' culture, from where they're from.
Scarlett informed me of some fun ones.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
a thing about throwing flowers, and the next one who catches it is going to be married next because they are ordained by the gods or something.
That must have changed. It used to be
I didn't
less.
understand it, but apparently when you throw the flowers and someone
Hmm.
catches it, they're the next ones to get married. And I was like, what if they're
Hmm.
already married? And she just gave me a look.
Yes, yes. It was much more informal back in the day, but it sounds very formal now.
Oh
Oh,
yes,
oh,
there's a whole thing. There's a
oh,
whole thing. There's like a parent. Scarlett apparently had a binder, so
oh.
yeah,
I'll
it's quite intense.
ask her about that sometime once we feel more comfortable and more ready for all of that.
I feel like it might be perhaps tactful to choose your moment when you bring up the fact that she was planning a wedding.
Oh, and she's not married now.
No, she most certainly is not.
Ah, right.
Yes.
I can connect the dots. I see. Yeah.
There are dots to be connected here?
It's a phrase.
No, I mean, like, what are the dots? I'm curious.
It's figurative. Not
No,
not
no, no,
not
no, no,
literal.
no. I understand what you meant. I'm asking you, what are you connecting in your head? I can see
Oh,
you drawing connections. I'm saying,
oh,
what did you figure out?
oh. Well, like if she was planning a wedding, but she doesn't have an engagement ring now, and
Hmm.
she's not married now, then it must have gotten called off. And I mean, for usually people don't call off weddings unless there's like something really bad that happens, like one person dies or
Hmm.
there's a major falling out between the two.
Hmm.
So it's probably not good memories for her.
No.
No, no. Yeah. I'll leave that for a while.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be nice to meet your family.
Brilliant. Shall
Yeah.
we go now?
Wait, now?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the plane surrenders at noon, right? So if we want to catch it today.
Oh no, I was given permission to use it when I please.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. Then I suppose I should get dressed a little nicer to meet your family.
I
It's
it's up to you.
good in first impressions. I mean, last time we met, we were also wearing matching outfits.
Yes, that was apparently pretty cute. I thought it was very cute, but
We could again.
oh, I don't mind. Absolutely. Anything for you.
Yeah. There's not bad reaction. Just when someone says something very nice like that to me, I just kind of go ah, I don't quite know
Hmm.
how to respond.
So I'm not supposed to avoid it.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
just
to know. Okay.
yeah. I'll bring some snacks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
because
They will not eat them probably.
oh,
Yeah.
right, because food and
Oh, there will probably be a truth theorem involved. I can ask not.
it's a culture sharing thing. So
Yes.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
And if anything, it's protection, so they can't take my name and things. And
Yeah, true.
yeah. So there are some things if I tell someone,
Just tap me twice, and I shall redirect you with another question.
okay,
That is also common practice if you know someone there. Yes.
okay, yeah, yeah, just tap twice on shoulder. Yeah, I'll try to stick by you just in case.
Oh no, you'll be seated next to me regardless. I'll
Oh,
specifically request it.
thank you. Yeah. What are your family like?
Well, I have 7 siblings.
Oh, whoa, I only had one.
Well, yeah,
Big
7
family.
siblings. My favorite is, of course, Qantas. The Levin trio are little shit sometimes. They're my younger brothers.
Trio.
Tristan's quite nice. Tristan is
Tristan?
quite
Okay.
laid back and chill. Maya's a little bit of a dick.
Maya?
Yes. Not the Maya you know.
I was just about to ask.
My sister Maya.
Oh, okay.
And don't speak with Pixis. That's just my personal recommendation.
Okay. Are there any questions or topics I should avoid asking about?
Not really.
Okay. It didn't know if it was like anything personal or, family
Yes.
secrets.
No. Well, I mean, you're part of the family now.
Right. I guess I am now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, just this is like the first quiet moment I've had since everything.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of the overnight, but then there was also the talk about spell plague, and then the mission. And I got back.
What is Lorelei doing right now?
She's sitting at the table.
Like just sitting?
Yeah.
Cool.
Some frantic hand gestures and just.
Rin's absolutely just going to appear behind you, wrap his hands around your waist, and be like, "Well, if you need a moment to just chill."
Weren't you just over there?
I teleported. I can do that.
Right. Yes. Can you give me a little heads up before you teleport
yes.
around me?
Yes. Does that go for touching as well? Immediately I pulls away, like, oh.
No, it's okay. Just yeah. The heads up is appreciated. I just easily startled and.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You are a warrior, and that would be unfortunate if you stabbed me in a startling way. I know I've been there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Any way I can avoid startling you?
Not really. I mean, my perception's pretty impeccable.
Fast reflexes?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I've seen you fight, and you're just.
Yeah.
You said, oh, Scarlet said you've been sparring together.
Yes, she still keeps beating me.
Is it different?
It is particularly difficult
Ah.
to go against her.
A good challenge? Have you been hurt? Oh no.
Oh yes, plenty of times, but I get back up.
Okay. It's just sparring, right? It's like
yeah.
No permanent injuries. No permanent injuries.
No,
It's
absolutely
sparring.
Not.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be a little sore afterwards, but when you get a hole blown in your chest, the healing spells really only it just takes a day to get things back together. But
I have some healing of my own. I could help.
No, it doesn't hurt anymore. Trust me.
Well, if it happens again.
It's just Scarlet very quickly learned that she cannot beat me in a melee engagement, which I thought would be the end all be all, but then it turned out she had a ranged attack.
Oh.
At which point I just kind of accepted that I might be a little screwed.
Oh.
Yes. Even with all my speed, if she can hit me while I'm far away, the fight doesn't tend to last very long. But she only tends to do that when I'm pissing her off.
Oh.
Mostly when I keep dashing in, attacking, and then teleporting back. She does tend to get a little pissed off when I do that. But she also seems to respect me quite a bit.
It's a very effective technique. I mean,
yes.
No chance for them to attack you as you're running away, and...
Yes. Actually, there was something I wanted to bring up with you. So while you were away, and while we were sparring, we got to talking, and Scarlet was asking me questions about how I felt. You know, just not having a job or anything.
Okay.
And one thing led to another, and she was like, I want you to follow me around for the day. And so I did. She made me do a bunch of paperwork and such.
Like the paperwork for signing up as...
Just some basic papers like filing, keeping tracks of groups, and like who's on mission, who's not, updating, getting some information, turning them into case reports, stuff like that.
Like secretary work.
Yeah, very similar. That's the word they use.
Oh.
Exactly. And then the day before you got back, Scarlet brought me into this room after we were done sparring. And this really weird guy in gold and black robes was sitting there.
You met the commissioner?
Yes, that was his name, the commissioner.
Yeah.
And he asked me a whole bunch of strange questions about regards to, like, how I can keep my mouth closed, how I feel about clearance levels, which I vaguely remember Scarlet explaining to me. And then, He said something about the position being mine if I want it, but you should probably consult your wife first. I don't know what's going on with all this, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to consult you.
And here you are consulting.
Exactly.
Yeah. He met the commissioner,
Yes, I did.
and he seemed fairly nice.
He seemed fairly jovial, given what was happening.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I've only seen him on his bad side, so
Ah, that would be a sour impression.
yeah. He can be really scary when he wants to be.
I absolutely believe that.
But no, good on you. Like that's amazing. Like, I did
What's
feel
amazing?
having. It sounds like they're offering you a job. Like
They're offering me a job?
it sounds like it.
Oh.
Because like Scarlett sort of brought you around and showed you what you might be doing, the paperwork and things. And do you like it?
I mean, I didn't mind it. I informed Scarlett that I appreciate being able to spar, at which I believe she responded that it would be a shame to put your talent to waste both in the office and on the field, and that I may need some field testing first, in which case I might be more closer to her right-hand man given time. But that means like
You seem closer to her power level, so
oh,
I can
in no
understand it.
means am I like that. I mean, my body has accelerated growth here, which is why I'm able to improve every day.
Yeah. But no, they're offering you a job. They're offering you probably a really good job. I mean, if you like the work and
I more than don't mind it.
and
Are you okay with me having a job?
one thing I was thinking about with you coming over here is I felt bad in the sense that while I was off doing jobs and things, you'd just be sitting here at home.
Oh, I was perfectly entertained. I read books, I sparred, I developed some techniques, I learned some spells, did some light reading. It was perfectly fine.
I don't want you to get bored, I suppose, or if you want to do this, if you want to have this in your time.
I mean, it was engaging and a good way for me to spend my time. But I remember vividly thinking that I didn't want this to infringe with my time with you. And they said that was okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it's just a job in the building, it'll probably be like during the day, so we'll have.
I may not always be in a building. That's why the field testing is.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Suppose it's worth asking how often your missions might be if you were going to be field testing, or. I think.
I was informed it would be more like an emergency situation if Scarlet isn't available.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like with the button and stuff.
Yes, they did mention a button.
Yeah.
Emergency recall?
Yeah. So a few times on missions, a few times on working cases, we've gotten in situations we can't quite handle ourselves, so we have this button that we can press, and Scarlet just drops down from the sky and is able to help.
Okay.
So you probably have something similar to that. You might get dropped off the sky, you might just get teleported in next to us. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, just show up and help with whatever situation is out of that group's control. Could be combat, could be need a negotiator, who's more of the level of the threat they're dealing with, so they don't feel stomped or something. The boot stomped. Oh yeah, we got stomped literally by a giant boot a while back. Yeah.
I believe you told me about this.
Yeah. But yeah, that doesn't seem to be very often that Scott's called away on it because it doesn't interfere with her regular department head duties, as far as I know.
I mean, she was called away once while you were away.
Yeah, that was just once over like 2 days.
Yeah, you were gone 5 days.
5 days. 2 days, 5 days. Oh, that was 5 days.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Sorry.
No, it's perfectly all right. You have a job.
Yeah.
You make the money.
And, I mean, it wouldn't hurt if you're making money, too.
I would be paid. Yes.
Yeah, it would be paid for it. So, if it sounds like something you want to do,
I will take it under review.
It's fine by me.
Okay.
You can do what you want with your life.
Oh, I'm aware. I didn't want you to feel uncomfortable that I was working alongside Scarlet
No?
or working for the company because I was informed that I may be privy to information you are not.
You could just join the long line of people who are on that list at this point. A lot of
Ah,
people know things that I don't know, and I'm just hoping to one day learn those things.
I'm sure you will.
I hope.
Knowledge is a privilege and it's meant to be shared.
Yeah, yeah. Just gotten a what's the phrase? Slap on the wrist for trying to ask too many questions or
Ah.
share information around just a little too fast for the company's liking at times.
Well, I'm sure
That
I'll start out fairly low clearance level.
yeah.
So I can ask around if you'd like. But we really should get going.
Oh yes, so
Yes.
family dinner and things. Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
secrets. Working on that.
Yes.
But it's okay if yeah you
Okay.
can
Good.
you can do what you want.
Yeah.
I won't stop you. I don't want you to feel caged.
I won't. Don't worry. So, you get changed into an outfit. Rin gets changed into his glamour weave to match it. Yeah.
Forget about that.
And then the two of you head off. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
As
Oh
you go
right.
through the plane render.
And actually roll it. No. 8.
Yeah, you kind of throw up a little.
Ugh.
Rin's like, oh yes, I probably shouldn't have given you food.
No. Just teleportation sickness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
So Rin takes you through the path because he knows the way.
Mhm.
And you come to like this gorgeous palace that is like completely made out of plants. And all of the fence and stuff, and the gate just kind of swings open for him. And he kind of just walks straight into the house.
Just feeling a little small around all
Yeah,
this.
yeah. There's like so much life. He just turns around and walks into the next door room, and you can see that there's a throne room where his mother, who you recognize, and a man on another throne are next to them, and they're just talking amongst themselves. There's also a bunch of scribes and such, going ahead and filling out work. And then
Even in the Feywild, this paperwork.
and as they walk in, you hear his mom go, "Oh, Rin, it's lovely to see you. And this is Lorelei. You brought her too. Brilliant.
Hello.
Shall we have a sit down? Shall I call the family together for a sit down?" He's like, "Yes, mother. Yes, please. I figured it would be a good time. Brilliant. All of you can have the day off." And you just hear, "Oh my god, finally." As all of the scribes kind of get out, and the tall man who has bronze skin, completely bald, wears a sort of like, it's like a doctor's coat, but it's long and flowy and it looks very royal. Just strides up to you and says, "I don't believe we've met before. I'm King Panacea. It's a pleasure to meet you."
Hello. Sorry, I don't know if it's caught on here yet, but have you heard of a handshake?
Yeah, like shakes your hand. Oh,
Yeah.
that is an interesting greeting.
It's a prime material plane
As
one.
long as you don't ask for their hand, I think it's
No,
perfectly safe.
No, I've learned my lesson about that one. Just be careful. And not to ask
Do
for
you
hand.
not wish to be married to our son?
No. Just about being careful with what I say in the Feywild and things.
You have nothing to worry about at the sit down.
Yeah. But the Rin has explained a little bit
Yes.
about the truth thing.
Yes.
Yeah. But we haven't had anything yet, so it's just following the advice of being careful.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I'll call.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well.
Yeah.
I'll call everyone together.
Mhm.
Your Storm, darling, do you mind getting together the potions? No problem. I'm on it. And Rin, will you show our guests to the dining room, please? And so you come to this very ornate room with this beautiful wooden table and like chairs. And he kind of takes you a seat near the end of the table. And in through the door. Let's see who comes first. Math. Hold on. Math. Head math. Hold on. Yeah. in comes three very like stereotypical elven individuals. One who looks like a stereotypical high elf with the long white hair flowing majestically, the stereotypical wood elf, and the stereotypical drow all come in just chatting amongst themselves. And Rin stands up and says, Lorelei, these are my brothers, the Levin trio.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And they all just turn to you and go, hi, in unison.
Hi.
Hello.
Also in unison?
Yeah.
That's an impressive...
You'll get used to it, don't worry.
Okay, that's an impressive synchronizing ability.
Yeah, we all talk like this.
All the time?
All the time.
I know someone back in the prime material plane who's like a hive mind. Is that...
Nope.
No?
No. We share, well, we kind of share a consciousness, but we all have distinct consciousness when we're not together.
Okay.
Yes.
Just... Oh, that...
As you're saying that, you see through the door comes a small little pixie.
Oh. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Hi there. I'm Pixis.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yes. Would you like to try a mushroom? As they like produce a mushroom from their hand. It is glowing blue. You're pretty sure it's beating like a heart.
I have not tried anything before. What is it? Just if I might ask?
It's a fey magic shroom that gives you magical fey powers. Pixis, please do not lie to my wife. That will stop your heart if you ingest it.
Oh.
Heart stopper shroom.
Oh.
You're no fun. As Pixis like takes a seat on the other end of the table. I told you.
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
Nope. Yep. All right.
And next through the door comes a satyr. Go. Oh, hello there, Tristan.
Oh, are you Tristan?
Yes, I'm Tristan.
Yeah. Hi.
Tristan
I'm Lorelei. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that Rin found a wife. None of us thought he'd do it. We were all kind of surprised.
Oh.
None of us expected this. Literally none of us. Mum and Dad won't shut the fuck up about it.
Oh.
Also, I've taken over your fucking paperwork, brother. What the fuck? It's like, it's not my fault. My wife lives in the material plane. I'm not going to... I can't stay here. I know, but Master of Seasons, more like the Master of Paperwork. God damn.
So, hey, Rin, if you have your new job, then it's just like one here. The paperwork.
Oh, yes, I guess it... Yeah, so
familiar.
Yeah.
Familiar. You know, we got experience with it before.
Anyways, so... Rin is sitting near the end of
smile.
Rin is sitting between you and Tristan. Tristan takes a seat next to Rin, and they get chatting, but Tristan is very much trying to keep you into the conversation, asking you questions. Next in come his parents. Queen Storm takes the seat next to Rin, next to you at the end of the table, and King Panacea takes the seat opposite you. And is like, okay, nearly everyone is here. Maya, please stop hiding in the chair. And you watch as, like, out of the leaves forms a figure who's just like, fine. It's not like I even wanted to be here.
That's very impressive. Is your body organic material able to melt with the chair? How did you do that?
Rin, your wife's asking me questions. Maya, please be nice. I don't want to speak today.
Oh, I'm sorry if that was...
Ugh. They just turn away. And finally, bounding into the room is a blink dog who immediately, like, comes over to Rin's chair and, like, sits down and he's like, oh, yes, this is my brother, Qantas. The dog looks at you and says... The dog, by the way, this blink dog resembles a borzoi. So, like, the long snoot and goes, good day, my lady. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Qantas, bountiful steed of the Feywilds.
Nice to meet you, Qantas.
May I have pets from you?
I don't have any pets of my own.
I simply mean pats on the head.
Oh, yes, of course.
He sees tail is wagging and turns to Ren. You picked a good one. And goes to the other side of Tristan and sits in the chair. And Storm is like, okay, now that we're all here, we're gonna get... She hands out the vials. and they all like click them together before, and they all just like skull
Cheers.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
cheers. And you are under the effects of it.
Cool.
I'm not gonna play this whole thing out, but there are a few characters who are gonna talk to you. The first one who will yeah, because I mean, Levins are ignoring you. Pixis doesn't care, neither does Maya. So it's really just Qantas, the king and queen, and Tristan. So let's see who we go. Cool. Qantas is going to be the first one who says, "Aha! Now,
hello.
I have a question for you.
Feel free to ask.
Do you prefer cats or dogs?
I like them both.
Do you have a preference? You are under the truth of fact.
Yeah, I mean, I really like them both, but if I had to make a decision, I'd say dogs. I mean,
his tail starts wagging.
Far more practical. I mean,
yes,
cats are nice. Yeah, cats are nice, but they tend to just sort of stay at home. But like dogs can go with. And like my family's culture from when they were in the Jakarta start, we had a couple. They had a couple of like hunting dogs that would help them out. Wonderful. We didn't have any dogs growing up myself, but yeah.
Brilliant. That is a very good point. Dogs are incredibly useful. I have trained myself to read, even.
Wow.
I do need reading glasses. My eyesight isn't what it was.
Oh, right, because second generation? Yes, siblings with Rin and yeah. How does aging work here?
Well, it works differently for all of us. The Levin brothers reincarnate in different elves when they die. Maya is just an eternal spirit who doesn't die. Pixis steals life from others. Tristan is sustained by Iker. And me? I age quite rapidly, but I also have the ability to revert my body to a previous state.
Okay.
Me and Master Rin are most tightly entwined, as we both have the ability to affect the way that time flows. Well, he did in his prime. I'm picking old tricks up again, Qantas. Don't you worry.
Yeah. This is... I mean, you said you gave up the mantle of seasons, so you're kind of relearning some things?
Yes, and my body is new, but
Reincarnate?
Yes. Yeah. Well, not new, but recreated. I mean, my body was only a week old when I went onto the... What? Is that a problem?
No, that's just... Wow.
I know. Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Just reincarnated to, like... And she just goes on, like, sort of like a sciencey tangent of, like, the physics of, like, you know, the aging and then the mass and how to quickly age oneself and transferring of consciousness and just, like, fully magic logic thing.
He's just like, oh no, I just formed my body out of chaos and pushed my consciousness into it.
Oh.
Yes, it's that simple.
That makes quite a lot of sense. I wasn't... Yeah, I was thinking it was like a sort of taking over someone else's body situation, or...
Nope.
No.
I just make a new one.
Just make a new one.
Lorelei, I have more questions for you.
Yes.
Do you swear to loyally protect my master for as long as he breathes?
Yes, of course. We're married.
Well, then I think it's decided. I shall swear the same to you and serve as your familiar. And everyone at the table just turns, and you can hear Tristan go, oh, shit, another one.
What is...
Storm's like, Qantas, are you suggesting that you're going to leave the Feywild as well? Yes, Mother, I have decided that I will be serving alongside Master Rin and Mistress Lorelei now. Rin was my master.
I mean, I knew that...
We got a raid. Thank you, Baz. Thank you, Baz.
I knew that you and Rin were close.
I'm just gonna catch Chad up to speed. Lorelei is currently having dinner with Rin's family, who is a Feywild archfey. So meeting all of essentially the elders of the Feywild. And the elder Blink Dog, who's a Borzoi named Qantas, just pledged eternal fealty to Lorelei. And everyone's like, hey, we're losing another one, I guess. So that should catch you on to see how this is going. Of Queen Storm being like, I'll allow it.
Oh, it seems like quite a
And then
big
you can
deal.
just see that like a light appears on his head, and he says, "With this pet you shall deem myself thine familiar, to serve, to protect, just with the ferocity of my master. Do you accept?"
This is an amazing honor. Yes, thank you for offering, and thank you.
Yes, you need to
Reaches
pet
out,
my head.
head
Yes.
screeches.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, "Oh, this is the best way this has ever been completed." And like you just feel a pulse of magic, and suddenly you're acutely aware of Qantas.
Mm.
Like he almost feels like an extension of you. You
Well,
can feel you close your eyes, and all of a sudden you're seeing through his. And he just teleports back to his seat. "Oh, joyous day! My mission is complete, and I shall be okay now. I'm going to enjoy sitting here and thinking about all the fun I'm going to have. Congrats! You've acquired a familiar, a blink dog, named Qantas, whose name is a Borzoi.
yeah, Quad.
And on top of that, he has opposable thumbs. This dog can read."
I love Qantas so much.
Let's see who talks to you. Tristan's like,
Laura,
"You seem to be fucking popular."
Laura's just sitting there stunned for a moment. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad your family's all liking me.
Yeah,
I
no,
think.
like it's pretty impressive. Like none of us have really got married before because we're all too
Oh.
busy.
Ren's mentioned before that marriages are typically like a political thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of us have tried to get married, but it never ends well.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also that marriages tend to be sort of a
Yeah, one-sided.
capturing
Yeah.
thing, and
No, but I look at my brother and I'm pretty sure he loves ya.
Oh.
I mean, I do. That's why I married you. I may not have loved you at the time, but the intent was to fall in love with you.
Oh.
Which I believe I am doing.
Yeah.
And like everyone's just like, what are these two bozos doing? Tristan's like, "Well, that's all I needed to hear. That was a little bit personal, don't you think?"
Uh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice to meet you.
oh yeah, brilliant. Like I'm gonna continue enjoying this food, but I'm pretty sure my mother and father are staring at the two of you because they want to talk to you. You
Okay.
just turn, and both Queen Storm and King Panacea are just like, yes, we do.
Yes. I mean, Tristan, marriages in the prime material plane aren't one-sided.
Oh, I'm aware. I've been there a lot.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't, because he's a sheltered little fuck. I, on the other hand, going out to the material plane. I know all about eating, drinking, sex, all that.
Mm.
I have a good time when I go.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm a satyr. We throw parties. I literally invented a whole race of people to throw parties. That's like our entire thing.
Sorry, before coming to the Feywild, I didn't know that the Feywild it existed, or that all of this about the Archfey and just the Fey as a people. I'm technically like over 1,000 years old.
Oh, shite. Older than us.
Yeah. But I wasn't awake consciousness. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It was more like I blinked and then I was here, kind of.
You say blink and Qantas appears on the table in front of you. Yes. You called, mistress.
I just said the word blink.
Yes.
I wasn't meaning to summon you.
Oh!
I'm so sorry.
Everyone's like, "Oh, that's the word I used to summon him."
Oh, sorry. I'll be mindful of that in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
my deepest apologies, mistress. We can come up with a new word for you. It's just reflexes. I'm sorry.
No worries. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Tristan's just laughing like, "Oh, you're a hoot. We should do this more often." I'll come around when I'm in the material plane. Scare the shite out of your friends. Well, I gotta dash. So
parties?
Oh yeah, plenty of things I gotta organize. Been fun.
Nice to meet you.
And as soon as Tristan gets up, Maya's gone, and the Levin brothers stand up. Pixis is like, "Oh, okay, good. We can leave now." They all head out, and so now it's just you, the king, the queen, Qantas, and Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lorelei, we understand that you come from the Commission, which our understanding is a fairly noble profession within the material plane.
Yeah, we protect people. We help them with problems beyond the normal. So monsters and
Yes.
strange magics and all sorts of things. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, sort of like heroes. I mean, I'm just starting out and
Yes, no, I understand.
done a little bit of good. I feel.
And do you have any administrative power within the company, or no?
No, no, I'm new. I'm the lowest rank.
Fair enough.
I yeah, I can barely even find out anything.
That's okay, that's okay.
If you mind me asking, why do you want to know?
Oh, mostly to get a good judge of your character. Like, I have
Oh,
a
oh,
fairly good judge of your character. I just wish to know the kind of person my son is marrying. You see,
oh,
none of my children are married.
that was
I
mentioned. Yeah.
don't. Tristan. Okay, Tristan's been married a few times, but those are like very, very short.
Uh-huh.
Um, none of us expected this, least of all Rin. So getting a
Mhm.
judge of who you are is very important to me as his mother.
That makes sense. Yeah, of course.
And as his father, fully know that if he does anything wrong, I will beat his ass.
And you're saying
You are
that
very much worthy of his affection. And you have the admiration of all of us here.
you just met me. I'm flattered.
But we know you are of good character, or else Rin never would have chosen you.
Oh, he just knows.
He has always been the best judge of character. No matter where the seasons go, they always find the right people.
Oh, that that's very sweet. Actually, very reassuring to hear. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
you needn't worry.
hmm And as my part as his wife, I promised to look out for him, to make sure
Yes,
he's
please do. He's a bit
safe.
of an idiot sometimes. I was one of the most proficient scribes in all of the summer court's history. And his mother, father, and Qantas all turned to him and like, he's a bit of an idiot sometimes.
I, I mean, yes, dear. There was the whole thing when you first showed up, and
I'm
the
aware.
miscommunication about
Yes,
the dinner
okay, I might have
costumes.
been a bit of an idiot then.
You've learned now, and it's okay. And
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
There is something I want to gift you before you go.
Oh,
Now, you are one of the first mortals to ever have an attachment to one of the court of lives.
oh,
And as such, I think it is only relevant that we bestow upon you a gift from our court
oh.
as a gift in marriage. Rin, it is the parents of the groom sort of tradition, and we want to truly celebrate this momentous occasion.
It, what do you have in mind? I cannot stress enough that I'm very honored that you're
Yeah.
treating me like this and offering this gift.
Yes.
Gift.
Okay. Hmm. Oh, might as well do it here. And she just sticks her hand through her chest
Uh,
and
uh,
like reaches in, and you can see her rummaging around, and she just comes out and opens her hand, and sitting there is just a small orb of pure radiance.
oh,
This is a part of the fabric of the Feywild. I
oh,
come from a class of beings who are so intertwined with the very fabric of this plane that we ourselves have parts of it within us.
and that's just one of them.
Oh, yes, no, this is only a little bit,
A fragment.
a fragment. But no matter where you go, this fragment will stay with you. You will have our guidance and our protection.
Oh,
And she just like hands it to Rin, who's just holding it and being like, "May I bestow this upon you?"
uh, d-
It may
yes.
feel a little weird because it will not anchor to your physical body. It anchors to your soul. So no matter how many times your body is recreated, no matter where you go, there will always be a part of us, a part of me, in fact. And he reaches into his own chest and just pulls out a smaller orb and just mixes it in
That
of the Feywild within you for as long as you shall live.
I yes, I accept. Thank you.
Okay, this is going to be weird. And he just like picks it and just slams it into your chest, and you feel like the energy pulse through you as your body like it feels like a ripple that travels through you of your body getting slightly warped but then getting put back into place. And all of a sudden you can you faintly feel it. You faintly feel the plane around you. Like you are. It no longer feels that you are a stranger in a foreign land. It almost feels like you have become just ever so slightly weaved into the plane like every other creature here is.
It feels like home.
It does. You don't feel like a wanderer anymore.
Oh.
As he sits back down.
Wow. That just all feels so much more, and is this what it's like all the time for you?
Oh, it's even worse for me.
Worse. Oh.
And she just pulls open her chest to reveal an orb like this big sitting there. I am one of the most powerful beings of this plane. I am so in tune with all of the course of life. I can feel them all. I can feel their hearts, their wants, their desires, and it is beautiful. Panacea is mildly panicking, like, okay, dear, let's close that up. Don't want it to get destroyed.
Don't want to break the mortal mind over here.
Yeah. She just closes her chest up. Says, I wish you well, Lorelei. You will make our son very happy. I know that.
There is a tradition amongst my family, our people's culture, of giving trinkets. You have given me something far greater than I could possibly even imagine, the greater of my entire smooth being. But I hope that this little piece of my family that I could give in return. My family's gone now. They died a long time ago, yes. I think. I'm mostly sure they're dead. They're probably dead. Yes. It's been like 1,000 years. They're dead. Yes. They're mortal. But well, I cannot, have both sides.
Yes.
Your family and my family at the wedding, whatever that may be. I can at least pass on a little bit of that.
We'd be honored to accept it.
Yeah. Lorelei undoes her braid, and pulls off. She's had like this large sort of hair tie bead thing, like a large sort of purple bead, that she pulls off, and passes over. This it's one of the few things I have left of them. But I would be honored if you would.
She immediately puts it in her own hair, and her hair like weaves itself back, and is like, "I'm honored to wear it." There's something else we were going to give you. Another. Well, that was my gift. Your father wanted another gift. Well, I just wanted to show my appreciation as well, because I could have done that, but you said I'm going to do it, so... I had a good acquaintance of mine crafted these, and he pulled out a pair of rings, and they both have, like, the swirling colors of Rin's different seasons. And he hands them to you and says, as long as you two both share breath, you shall know how the other one is feeling, how they are alive, and may even be able to transfer harm that comes between you, if you are close enough.
A physical representation of the bond.
Yes.
Thank you. This... I can't put into words just these gifts. Thank you.
Brilliant. Finn's like, I feel like we should get going.
Yes.
Yes.
Work, and it would with the
Yes.
time change
Yes.
things.
We,
Don't want
we
them
want to
be
spend as little time here as possible just in case times change.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
It's very nice to meet you all. Thank you so much.
Please come again, truly.
Yes. I'd love to share more with you.
We'd love to come visit you. Fantasy is like, no, we can't arrange this. We have a kingdom to run. I can't have shit here, can I? And the two of them
Well-
are just playfully bickering as you leave.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. As you step outside of the palace, Rin on one side of you, Qantas on the other.
Lorelei carefully reaches out. Can I hold your hand?
Yes.
Don't want to get lost, you know?
Yes, no, absolutely. And you all head back through, and you get back to the plane render.
Mhm.
And fires up. You no longer have to make the Constitution saving throw as you travel through because you don't have that weirdness, as well as you no longer have to make the memory save.
Hey!
However, you
However.
arrive back,
Mhm.
and it's dark outside.
Okay.
Mhm.
So some time passed.
Yes.
Just heads over to, I can't remember his name, but the person
Yeah.
who works at the plane render. What day is it?
Oh, it's the evening of your 5th day of break.
Right. And we didn't leave a note. They're probably
No.
worried sick. Oh goodness. Thank you. We gotta run because we forgot to tell people that we're leaving. Right, cool, yep. Thank you. And just
Yes, brilliant. So yep, you guys get home. Qantas is very much like an outdoor dog or an indoor dog, and turns to you like, I did not think of this. We need to discuss this with everyone.
I think you can come inside and stay up in our room for a bit until we.
I shall hide out in your room. Understood. I may need to go outside for walkies, so.
That's okay. Yeah,
Yes.
can do. There's not really a lot of backyard space
Yes.
left. I mean, there's the pool. Do you like salt water?
What is that?
I think you're gonna love it. Okay.
Okay.
In the morning.
Yes.
I'll show you the pool. And yeah.
And you go to sleep.
Well,
Which means if chat wants to use the new 3000 dream ability, they can. But we are going to have you roll for dream.
5.
No dream for you. Chat, if you're wondering what that is, we now have channel point rewards that allow you to give someone a really good dream or a really not good dream.
And we've seen what the nat 20 dream is.
Yes.
Or the range of what the nat 20 dreams can be. Yeah.
So you wake up in the morning to Rin making breakfast as he always does. And at the end of the table, you see, wearing his reading glasses all the way down on the bottom of his snout, is Qantas reading the newspaper.
I didn't even know we had a newspaper.
Oh, I just
Found
stole it from the neighbors. I'm going to return it. I am not a thief.
I'm sure we can ask about a regular
That would be
subscription.
appreciated.
Yes.
I do appreciate being up to date on the current goings on of the world.
Yes, of course.
Lorelei, darling, would you like to do some sparring this morning? I can show you how to use your new abilities you learned.
New abilities.
Oh, being part of the Feywild doesn't just. I think it'll be better to show you.
Okay. Yeah. Of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
Thank you, Baz, who just redeemed the Dream Fuckery Nat 20 for Lorelei. And they left the message, good luck.
I mean, her nat 20 dream so far has been Kay showing up and saying, I hate you, so.
Yeah. No, thank you for that. We're going to have fun with this. So before any of that goes on.
Just rewinding a little bit.
Yeah, Lorelei is deep in sleep.
Pass the fuck out.
Yes, and,
What's it gonna be?
You have a dream, and your mind almost feels like it falls through the cracks in reality as your brain drifts to the Feywild. Your mind drifts to the land that you were just in. And you feel yourself being physically empowered, like drawing from it. But one thing you notice is as your brain kind of drifts, you feel like you're being drawn to something. And you feel that as you're being drawn towards it, it starts really slow. But as you get closer, it gets louder and louder. And what it sounds like is 4 consecutive heartbeats. So do 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 do
4
do do do
heartbeats.
do do
Okay.
do do like that.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over.
Well, Lorelei's nothing if not curious, so she'll follow
Yeah.
that pull, that compulsion.
And you go well into the mists. And all of a sudden, the mists clear.
Oh.
And you are in a green pasture 100 feet across in a circle.
Small little spot.
And sitting there in the center, sun coming from somewhere, appears to be a broken staff in the ground. And you can feel that that is the source of that heartbeat. You watch as the staff's light flows into the ground, and physically, like, you watch the light meld with the chaos and shapes come into existence before disappearing. As you realize, this is the heart of the Feywild that you are seeing right now.
What made it?
The very heart of the plane itself.
Dang.
And as you go to inspect it, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. 15 plus 0. 15.
The first thing you notice is that it appears broken.
Mm.
There at the end of the staff is planted in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like it's in pieces enough that it sustains the Feywild. It doesn't even feel like it needs to be there anymore, but it's the ultimate shaping tool of the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
But you feel that there are parts missing from it. The second thing you notice upon close inspection is the wooden handle, and then you look deeper into the ground. And you look at where this is coming from. A brilliant chaotic light like you saw dancing but coalesced into a tiny glass orb. The staff, the non-handle part of it, it's familiar. The material it's made out of is familiar. This deep, rich, black material that you can't quite put your finger on where you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks familiar. Then your mind is blasted back out of the plane, out of the heart.
The 4 heartbeats from the staff?
Yeah.
From the staff.
It's from the orb. Like every time a
orb.
heartbeat goes off, like a light bursts out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you wake up with that in the back of your head. The do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
So we got that and the mindful melody.
Yeah, and it kind of fades away. This is louder than the mindful melody, but it fades away. And thank you for that, Baz.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a cool little bit of lore.
Oh, what does it mean?
And yeah, so we'll get back to where we were.
Flash forward.
Yeah, flash forward. Yes, sparring session.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a letter for you from Scarlet, a summons at around 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. These powers and things. Is it
Yes.
like the in touch with the, like I could feel things, and I saw something last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was the strange dream. Like I felt my mind just drifting through the planes, and then it went into the Feywild, but it was pulled by something. Like it was like something was calling or drawing it in. So I followed it. I was curious. I was like, okay, sure. What's calling? What's out there? And there was this. And she describes the scene,
Yeah.
the pasture, the staff,
Yeah.
the orb, the light, and just the 4 heartbeats, and
I've never heard of anything.
I don't know, it just felt familiar.
Huh. I wonder why.
I don't know. I mean, everything in the Feywild is new to me, so it must have been something from before.
4 heartbeats, is that unusual?
4 heartbeats. Most people only have 1 in them, so.
May I feel yours?
Yeah, like there's a pulse here.
Yeah, and he just takes your pulse and goes, huh. And he sticks his arm out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel that his body ticks in rhythm with it. Do 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 do. I thought that was just normal.
No, most things here have just 1 heart and 1 heartbeat.
I only have 1 heart. I know of that.
But it does 4.
I guess my heart functions different because I'm in tune with the plane.
I don't know.
But that would not make sense. Your heart would have changed.
I mean, you're from there, originally from there, and you have
Yes.
a greater core. I'm just barely touching the surface. So maybe I'm not in tune with it fully yet or something. But
Yes.
just strange because it's all from after my time. So for me, something to be familiar, it had to have been from then. But how? I did. She's just like full theory brain conspiracy mode. Like starts scribbling out ideas of paper over the course of breakfast.
Yeah.
It's like,
A most engaging conversation, mistress. May I accompany with you on your sparring session?
of course, I'd love to see how you are. Do you like sparring? Do you like
I
combat?
can teleport, and I do not enjoy combat.
Right.
Not in my current state, anyways.
Do you just like to watch and
Oh,
see
yes.
how it goes? Okay.
Well, I shall assist you in any means that I can.
Oh,
If you'd like, would you mind attempting to cast a small range spell? Do you have one of those?
I
I
have.
think Goodberry would count.
That's touch.
Yeah, you can cast
Check.
touch spells through him.
Uh huh. Yeah.
He's a familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Rain, you said you're all healed up from the other day?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, I haven't tried it since then, but do you mind coming off me to the back garden real quick?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And the bush that she created the other day for Goodberry has since shriveled up and died. But she's like, I made this the other day, and I was just curious to see if we could put a little spark of life back into it, maybe with some of this funny Feywild stuff.
Okay, why don't you stand over there, and I will stand in front of the bush, and imagine channeling your magic through me. Qantas, like, sticks his hand at the bush, and is like...
A puzzle thumb time. He's like, Professor X, like, one paw on the...
Yeah, fully.
And
yeah, you cast Goodberry through him.
Stops.
Aha! I've done it! I'm proud of myself. I've been a good boy on this day.
Magic stick.
But we won't fully explain the sparring session because you do learn the abilities, but I think I want to keep some of them secret. And you also learn that Rin has picked up some new tricks, such as the ability to fuck around with time.
Was that a teleport or a...
The teleport will leave particles in the air. Stopping time, I will just change places. Yes. Yes.
Right.
I can't affect anything during stop time, though.
Good to know the difference.
And I can't speed you up. And you just feel like time kind of slows down for everything else just a little bit. So you are moving faster now. Yeah. As, those are his abilities. And you guys have lunch. And then you go off to see Scarlet. Who comes to pick you up.
Oh.
Okay. Hi there.
Hey.
You ready to go? There's just something I need to see you for.
Yeah, summons. I was just going to come to the tower, but...
Yep, no problem.
Have you met Qantas?
Hello! We're going to need another goddamn...
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine. I'll take care of it tonight. Actually, Ren, you can fucking learn how to do it. You're going to be my secretary. Oh, okay, yes, I can do that. I will organize the review you need as well as get the form filled. God, you're such a help. Cool.
Ren's great.
Yeah, you picked a good one. I've said this before. Anyways,
Cool.
Shall we be off?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm ready to go.
You walk, and she immediately turns right, which is not the way to get to the central tower.
Oh, but aren't we going to...
Just follow me.
Okay.
She takes you down through the neighborhood.
Where...
You guys walk for, like, just through houses. As you come to what looks like sort of an old warehouse. It's not out of place. It's just in an older district. There's a bunch of, like, stalls and stuff around.
Where are we?
You'll see. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And she just opens the door of the warehouse. Just come on in.
All right.
Yep. And you enter.
Double check scimitars. Yep.
Yep. You enter the dark space. And
Hang on, I can't quite see too well in here.
don't worry about it. And she flicks a switch.
Oh.
And the lights turn on. Then she flicks the switch next to it, and you watch as from the switch emanates this magical effect that completely covers the edges of the room.
Oh.
And she walks to the center of the room and looks at you and says, "Understand that everything you see in this room today You are not to tell a single soul until given permission. That includes your husband. Do you understand?
Yeah. The commissioner's made it very clear of what happens if I break
Good.
clearance again.
Now,
What
I
is
need you
this?
to test something for me. And part of the floor like slides aside. And moving up on a pedestal, I'm gonna need an intelligence check. You can tell me after I'm finished describing. Is a strange artifact.
Mhm.
It looks almost like two scimitars, the curved swords, joined together at the blade.
At the butt.
Made out of. Give me the intelligence check.
Ooh, 19.
Made out of a shiny black material.
Hmm.
The exact same material
Mm-hmm.
as that Feywild staff was made out of.
Let's see if Lorelei gives away that she recognizes it. Nope. Poker face complete.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what did you roll?
Well, actually, no, it's deception, so make that 15.
Yeah, no, Scarlet's like, just gives you a look and is like, huh, interesting. Okay,
Mhm.
pick it up. She just takes a step back.
Am I allowed to know what it is? Of course not.
It's a magical item.
Okay.
We're going to see if it accepts you.
Accepts me? Okay.
Pick it up.
Okay. Yeah. Just reaches out and
Grabs it.
by the handle.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 16?
16. Yeah. As you touch it, you feel a want coming from the item. It wants. It needs. It craves. And you can feel it trying to sap your very vitality to fill that urge. And you are just barely keeping it at bay.
What is it doing? It's.
Don't let it take from you.
I'm trying not to. It's
I know. But if
weird.
it tries, take back from it.
Why is it so hungry?
Property of the thing. Give me another Constitution save, this time with advantage.
Advantage. 2d20s. That was not a d20, that was a d12. That was the funny 21. No, hang on a minute.
Oh, I was like, well,
that was a 20? Wait,
yeah.
they're all 20s. Hang on a minute. This was a 19, so.
Yeah, I like how aggressive you're rolling. It's just.
Check it.
Yeah.
Alright, 21.
21. And you
So
feel
that's why.
as it like hungers for something, it latches onto something in you.
Yep.
It almost like you feel it wraps itself around your want for what you had. It finds that, it wraps itself around it, it tries to take it, and then you almost feel like it's being taken into that. As the weapon feels combines, and it just seems to sort of balance out. And Scarlet's just sitting there like,
it's
calmed. It's calmed. It's hungry. But it knows you'll satiate its hunger.
What does that mean? What is it hungering for?
Okay, now I'm gonna need you to attempt some things for me.
Okay.
Grab an arrow. She tosses you an arrow.
Yeah.
Load it.
It's a bow.
Load it like it's a bow.
Oh, okay.
And you knock the arrow back, and a red string just connects the edges of the bowstring appears when you knock the arrow.
Oh.
Go ahead, give it a shot.
Ceiling light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me an attack roll.
Not one.
Okay, yeah, you go wide. He's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Damn.
It's a different shape and weight to whatever I'm working with.
Okay. Imagine it. Okay, now that it's unloaded, imagine it splitting right down the middle, right in half, right at the bow handle.
At the handle.
Yeah, right at the handle.
Yeah, just like grabs on, so like, and just.
And as soon as you pull, it splits into two scimitars.
Whoa. Is it? It doesn't usually do that, does it?
No.
No.
Now put it back together.
Zoop.
Give me an insight check. Never mind. Don't bother. Scarlet is looking a combination of disappointed and deathly afraid. She's like, one final test.
Okay.
And into the room, she brings a construct of her making. And she says, this guy right here has been specially programmed to be able to release an electrical burst like this. And she snaps her fingers and the thing lets out a burst of electricity.
Mm-hmm.
She stands behind you and she's like, hands you an arrow and says, shoot it.
Okay.
You're being helped, so you have advantage on the attack roll.
Yeah. Not taking the funny d20 this time. And they're both d20s. A 3 and a 4.
What's your modifier?
+5, so that makes it 9.
9.
Just shaking a little bit.
Yeah, first shot you miss. As Scarlet's like, breathe in, breathe out. One more time.
Yeah. These. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Advantage again.
You feel the weapon almost offering to make your attack better at a price. If you give it something, just temporarily, it will make your attack better. Do you accept?
This all feels like a test, a very important test, so Lorelei will accept.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
What the fuck? A 5 and a 6, so that makes it 11 total.
11 total.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel your weapon. We'll do those because I think that's the best way to do it. You feel part of your brain as something gets drained from it. You lose 1 point from your wisdom ability score.
Oh.
This will reset at a long rest.
Okay.
However, you watch as that gets channeled into the shot and makes it more powerful.
Oh.
As the roll becomes a 15.
Hey.
And you go ahead and this thing just explodes. And you feel the weapon draw something into it from the explosion. You feel it took something from it as it dies. Scarlet takes a few steps back and says,
it's just like siphoning the energy.
discharge.
Discharge?
And as soon as you say that, the same electrical burst explodes from you.
Whoa.
And whatever it was containing is gone. Used up. As she grabs it from your hands, puts it down and says, do not speak of anyone. Do not speak of this to anyone.
Yes, understood.
Go home, Lorelei.
You said this is a test.
Go home, Lorelei, and forget about what happened today, and pray you never see that thing again.
Yes. Are you okay?
I'm just...
Is it something to do with the lingering...
No, it's...
necromantic energy?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just...
These are questions I should not be asking.
No, it's fine. You're inquisitive. To be inquisitive, Lorelei. I just showed you the most fucking weird magical weapon you've ever seen. I just think...
Is it like your scythe?
I just think that using weapons like this come at a cost.
I felt it on that second shot.
And it will take, and it will take, and it will take until there is nothing left to take, and then it will take more.
Ugh.
But for some fucking reason, for some fucked up fucking reason, you can use it. You can prevent it from taking from you. You have one of the strongest resistances to that I've ever seen. Half the participants passed out the first time they touched it. You are the only one who ever actually managed to fire it. And as much as I don't like that, it appears you and this weapon will meet again one day, and I pray for your sake that's very far in the future.
What is it? I've seen that metal before. It's old.
It's very older than a lot of things.
Last night, I had this dream vision of the heart of the Feywild, and there was a staff made of the same metal of this.
Yeah, that tracks.
I mean.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it'll be. Huh?
It doesn't hurt to ask, but.
It'll be that one.
What is it? It's familiar.
We don't know. We know they're weapons of immense power. And she summons the scythe, and now that she has it,
same metal,
it's the same material. As she says, we don't know what they are. We don't know why they are. We know they choose people, and we know they're extremely deadly, and using them comes with a cost.
What did that cost you?
This weapon came to me in a moment that I do not wish to share with anyone else. Pray that this weapon is given to you by us and never comes to you, because it will come to you in a moment that will be marked in your brain forever. This is not a good weapon. It can be put to good use, like my scythe can, but it is not intrinsically good. You don't need to be afraid.
That hunger within it is, and that it found something in me that it liked, and
it found itself within you.
Ugh.
There's something you miss, isn't there? Something you want back more than anything.
Yeah.
Something you want. And it recognized that you have that want. And she just puts the scythe away, just puts her hands on your shoulders and says, listen to me. You will be okay. Can't hurt you. It will never hurt you. It may cause... mine causes me to go batshit crazy and hurt other people. But that's only in intense situations. And you don't need to worry about that.
You just said it takes and it takes and...
Yeah. It takes from those who don't satiate it. But for some fucking reason, it's choosing not to take from you. Because if it doesn't...
What does it eat?
It doesn't eat anything. It doesn't consume anything.
But then how do you satiate it? I'm sorry, I think you lost
it. It doesn't consume anything, but it hungers. It wants to eat, but it can't feel full.
Oh.
It just wants. It's not an insatiable hunger. It's an insatiable want, if that makes sense. It doesn't consume anything. It just wants things. Also, by the way, the fact that it stole the discharge, like, it doesn't steal souls. It in no way imparts people's ability to go on to the afterlife.
Okay, because there's...
It just can steal other things from it.
Other things?
Not its soul, just physical properties.
Yeah, but...
So, it won't hurt you. It was ordered by the commissioner, the rat bastard, to do this, because he suspected you would be a likely candidate of someone able to wield such a weapon.
Ugh.
Because unfortunately, candidates have had similar circumstances to you in the past that we found proficient to wield weapons like these.
Others like me from before? As candidates for this? Or different?
To my knowledge, very few people have wielded this. This has been in commission possession for a very long time. Commission only brings it out when he thinks people can wield it. The last person to successfully wield it had been petrified by a shadow maker for over 200 years.
So there's a theme.
Little bit. But it can't hurt you, and it just slides back into the floor and is gone. I think it's best if you forget about what happened here. And you push it out of your mind. And I know you want answers, but there are none that you can get.
Just... I can ask the question, but I may not get an answer.
That's fine.
When you found me...
Yeah?
Was I petrified by a Shadowmaker?
No.
Okay.
You were stone.
Stone. Okay.
Yeah. Are you gonna be okay about all this?
I'll need a minute. I'll go for a long walk.
Okay, I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to walk alone for a minute.
Yeah. She like closes the door, turns the lights off, negates the magical effect. You all walk around town.
Talking about anything but that.
Yeah.
Anything but work. Just
yeah.
Any cafe recommendations?
Yeah,
or maybe try the whole dating thing with Rin. Like,
anytime you bring up dating, she very obviously steers the conversation away.
Okay.
Yeah, like you bring up Grimeen and she's like, I don't know who I am working right now. I don't know who's that.
And then very quickly shows the conversation on to book recommendations.
But every time you bring up Maya, she's like, oh my god, Jargon and Maya.
Oh my goodness.
And
look at those two, like.
Yeah, and you get back to the house and she says, before you go, I know you said it took something from you, but that'll come back as you rest. You don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Thank you
No
for walking
problem.
and talking with me.
It's what my job is, and it's what I'm going to do for you as someone who is, I like to think, kind of a friend, not an acquaintance for sure, but a friend.
A friend.
Okay.
Thank you.
This job is real shit sometimes. We don't get to know what we want, and we don't get to do what we like. But that's why we gotta be there for each other. That's why you gotta be friends with everyone in your group, because trust me, they're the only other motherfuckers who are gonna get whatever crazy shit you have to deal with.
I'll deal with it together.
Fair enough. You go inside. Rin's just sitting there like, oh my god, Lorelei, look what I learned how to do. And he's just sitting there like, fucking being speedy as shit, running around. How does Lorelei look?
A little paler than usual, but after the long walk and things, she looks pretty much back to normal.
Give me a deception check.
Yeah. A little quiet, I'd say. Then the -1, 10.
Okay. Rin immediately stops when he sees your face, like, oh. Shall we go to bed together? I think it's wise.
Don't put it like that.
Does that have connotation?
It does here it does. Yeah. Going to bed together tends to mean something more. And we're not at that point yet. I don't think. I mean, I don't.
As you say get at that point, his face gets very flushed, like, I understand what that means now.
Yes, you caught on. I was worried I hadn't quite spelled it out enough, but
no, I get it. I'm going to go hop in the shower.
All right, have a nice shower. I'm gonna go sit by the pool for a bit.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, Quantus, have you seen the pool yet?
You say it's filled with salt. Why would I go in it?
No. Water.
Oh.
It may sting your eyes a little bit, and don't try to drink too much of it because it doesn't taste very nice. But that just means it's clean.
Yep. You spend time with Quantus by the pool.
Yeah.
You go to sleep, and I'll need the final d20 roll.
Hey. 10.
You wake up in the morning. If anyone wants to use their channel points, please feel free. But you wake up in the morning. Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I have personal rule. If I have one of those I can use for a sleep roll, I will use it. A 10 again. Goddamn.
Okay. You wake up in the morning feeling refreshed with that wisdom point restored to what it was, and you're getting ready for your treasure hunt today.
Hey.
And that is where we're going to end the session today.